What are bonds, how do they work, and how can you use them to make money? Let's break it down. Bonds are essentially a loan where you agree to loan money to a government or a corporation, and then because of that, they will either pay you back with interest or they'll give you coupon payments where you receive money throughout the time that you own that bond. So for example, if you had a 1-year bond, they might pay you $30 every 6 months, so then twice to then get $60 of interest or coupon payments back throughout that. They might also sell the bond at a lower price, so they might sell it to you for $940 and then they'll pay you back at the end for $1,000. Bonds also have maturity dates, which are the dates that the loan fully has to be paid back. Generally speaking, bonds are typically safer than stocks, but they tend to yield less of a return. In finance, generally risk is also associated with return, meaning that you're not going to see the same amount of returns that you would typically get out of stocks, but you'll at least have a little more stability and be able to get your money working for you. Bonds can also be traded publicly on brokerage accounts or in sometimes retirement accounts, where you can buy them typically as a mutual fund, and we'll break that down shortly. Bonds are also inversely correlated to the interest rate, so if the Federal Reserve increases interest rates from 5% to 6%, then now all the 5% bonds that are currently outstanding are worth less because you could go get a 6% interest rate bond somewhere else, so now that's going to hurt the price of what your current bond is. So bonds can be traded and they have a price that actually fluctuates. There are several different types of bonds. For example, the Treasury can offer bonds, and it's really low risk because they can essentially just print more money to pay off the loan. So then that makes it incredibly low risk, and that also means you get the smallest return out of those typically as well. Municipalities can also offer bonds, and those are really low risk as well. There are also corporate bonds where a company like Microsoft or Amazon could choose to offer bonds and you can buy them. Those also tend to be fairly low risk as well on average, because the odds of them going bankrupt and completely insolvent within a year or 3 or 5 or however long the bonds are typically pretty low. You also have agency bonds from companies that are affiliated with the government like Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, so they also tend to be low risk and fairly safe. You also don't have to buy just one bond at a time, because that can be risky if it's just one and you put all your eggs in one basket, similar to buying just one stock at a time. So you can actually lower your risk by keeping almost the same return by investing in mutual funds that also own bonds, where instead of just buying one bond at a time, you can buy a whole portfolio of bonds, and then now, in case one of those companies goes bankrupt, you still have several hundred others that are essentially keeping the value of that account up. So it actually lowers the risk without really hurting the interest rate very much, if at all. If you want to learn more about mutual funds, click on this video here and follow for more finance tips.